Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Cougar Softball Stadium. Thanks for joining us as the Falcons pick up where they left off with the Cougars on Monday. Cougars lead 4-1 currently, and we're in the top of the fourth as Pozesinski led off the inning for the Falcons with a single to center field. So we will pick up, as I said, right where we left off with a runner on one, no outs for the Cougars. Kate Roberts returns to the mound to finish what she started. She's been through 3.0 innings of work so far. She's allowed 2 hits and 1 run. She's faced 13 batters, so a solid start here for the Cougar pitching staff. Around the horn, we've got Taylor Kolosowicz behind the plate. Casey Powers at first. Kristen Landon at second. Melissa Balkema at short. Sydney Getz at third. Across the outfield is Sydney Sterrett, Shania Phillips, and Sydney Palacios-Lauer.
And welcome to the resumption of Monday.
So we'll get started right away here as the center fielder, Rosno, will be up to the plate. So far in this game, she's just grounded out to third in her first at-bat.
Runner on first and nobody out. And the batter for the Falcons,
Number 18, Sarah Rosno, hitting .314 on the season. Through 28 games, she has 27 hits on 86 at-bats as Roberts gets ready to deliver the first pitch of the game. And it's called strike on the outside corner to Rosno. Interesting situation here for both teams as they're picking up where they left off from a game a couple days ago, and the Cougars have had 4 games since then, believe it or not. 1-0 count here to Rosno. And it's a called strike. Counts 0-2 to the batter. Pozesinski on first for the Falcons. The 0-2 pitch. Rosno swings, ground ball up the middle. Balkema fields it cleanly, and she'll get the batter at first. So 1 out of the inning here for the Cougars as Pozesinski moves to second. And that'll bring up Schimberg. Schimberg reached on, she did not reach. She was out on a ground ball to first her last time out. Schimberg, a .356 hitter on the season, as Roberts delivers. And it's a called strike. 4 straight strikes for Roberts to start off the day. And the Falcons will be putting a pinch runner in for Pozesinski. So Bailey Johnson will enter the game as a pinch runner.
Your attention, please. Running at second base is number 10, Bailey Johnson.
As I said, 4 straight strikes to open up the frame for Roberts here. And Schimberg delivers the ball to deep right. Palacios-Lauer will go back, tips off her glove as she heads to second, and Johnson heads around. Landon with the relay to Kolosowicz is in time. So they'll stop the runner at home. Nice relay by the Cougars, and a good tag by Kolosowicz behind the plate as the runner's coming around. So that's 2 outs for the Cougars. A nice piece of the barrel by Schimberg. Good job going opposite field. Have to imagine that Johnson got a late jump on that as it tipped off Palacios-Lauer's glove. Definitely a tough read there for the base runner, but no less, she did a good job getting around. But the Cougars did an even better job getting the relay in there. Heather Reynard is coming in to pinch hit for the Falcons.
Pinch hitter for the Falcons, number 28, Heather Reynard.
A .400 hitter on the season. And it's a ball to Reynard to start off the at-bat. 32 hits on 84 at-bats. for Reynard. 2 outs here for the Cougars. She swings. It'll be a choppy ground ball to third base, but fields it cleanly and gets the out in time. So 1 hit there
in the top of the fourth
for the Falcons in the top of the 4th, but the Cougars shut it down, so no runs. Kate Roberts does a good job on the mound coming back into that game. We're back here in River Forest at the Cougar Softball Stadium as the Cougar defense shows up to play right away today. Get a big out at home with the relay cutting off the runner to save that run. And now due up for the Cougars will be Powers, Kolosowicz, and Phillips as the Falcons make a pitching change from what was originally going on Monday. So Peyton Dorn will come onto the mound for the Falcons. Just this season, she has 1 inning pitched, allowed 1 hit and 3 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Opponents are batting .200 against her in that 1 inning of work. Last time out in this contest for Powers, she hit into a double play, a pop fly to the right fielder, and the Falcons defense that time got the relay going and was able to make a big out. Nonetheless, the Cougars lead 4-1 here. As Dorn will go to work.
Leading off at the bottom of the 4th for the Cougars, first baseman number 31, Casey Powers.
Dorn delivers the first pitch, and it's a low ball in the dirt. Pitch number 2, Powers will swing through it, bringing it to a 1-1 count here. As Powers is a 180 hitter on the season, 11 hits and 61 at-bats. She has 6 RBIs, and she'll swing it through and get right through the 5-6 hole. And she'll lead off the inning in this continuation for the Cougars with a base hit. Nice job by the Falcons shortstop there to try to stop the ball, but it was moving too fast for Zazis as Powers will get a base hit. And Kolosowicz comes up to the plate, getting her first hit of the season earlier in this game on Monday afternoon. It was a single to left field as she squares up to bunt, lays down the bunt, and the Falcons will look to go 2 here, but the throw will be off target as Powers slides in safely, and Kolosowicz is safe at first, so... In game 1 against the Falcons, the Cougars had 4 bunts that they executed and got down. This will be bunt number 2 for this game. And the Cougars definitely doing a good job at showing off their small ball to the Falcons here. Now Shania Phillips comes to the plate for the Cougars. She singled through the left side her last at-bat during this contest. And Riley McGuire will head to second and pinch run for Powers. Smart move here by Coach O'Malley Fisher, putting some speed on second because you know Phillips is good for coming up with an RBI here and there.
Number 2, Riley McGuire.
Phillips with 19 RBIs on the season. It's tied for the most on the team with Sydney Getz. So as I said, definitely a good idea getting McGuire on second, getting some wheels in motion here. Hoping the Cougars can continue to plate some more insurance runs. As we're in the bottom of the fourth here, no outs, runners on first and second. Dorn gets ready to deliver. And that's a called strike on the outside corner. Good pitch by Dorn. Phillips takes her sign. The 0-1 count. Phillips squares up to bunt, but pulls back on a called ball, so the count moves to 1-1. Phillips is a dynamic threat for the Cougar offense as she's got speed. She can bat runs in. She can hit for power. And she's got an incredible arm in the outfield as well. So 1-1 count here for Dorn. And the pitch, Phillips will lay down the bunt, and it's a push bunt to the right side. The throw is in time, so a sacrifice bunt for Phillips. And once again, the Cougars showing off that bunting ability. But Phillips heads back to first as Coach O'Malley Fisher is going to discuss the call.
Shortstop number 1, Melissa Balcoma.
A great bunt by Phillips up the right side, forcing the first baseman to come off the line and make that play. So this will bring Melissa Balcoma up to the plate. She had a bunt single during her last at-bat and then grounded up to the shortstop the at-bat before that. But one out here, runners in scoring position. Called strike to Balcoma on the outside corner there. Good pitch to lay off, though, starting off the count. The 0-1 count here, one out. Runners on for the Cougars. Balcoma swings through it, but she'll foul that one straight back. Just missed it as Balcoma is a .376 hitter on the season. The preseason All-American with 16 RBIs on the year. Looking to add 2 more to that total right now. As the senior has the 0-2 count with one out. And the pitch from Dorn looked like a drop ball. It kept moving. Balcoma does a good job at wasting away at it. And fouls that one off to Division Street. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off down the right field line. And that'll go out of play. Balcoma continuing to work through this count. Through the 0-2 count, fouling off pitches on the outside. Doing a good job at fouling off the outside pitches. Looks like she's looking for something a little bit more in. And the pitch, a rise ball that keeps on moving. And Balcoma is able to take that one for the first ball of the at-bat. McGuire on third and Kolosowicz on second as Cougars look to bring in some more runs. Another outside pitch as the count moves to 2-2. Dorn taking advantage of either a curve or a rise right now. It's definitely moving upwards. Another pitch on the outside corner, a bit high as well as the count moves to 3-2 here. Good position for Balcoma here, looking to add some RBIs to her season total. And a swing and miss for Balcoma. That'll be 2 outs for Dorn. Just her second strikeout of the season. And that will bring Kristen Landon up to the plate. Landon walked and struck out in her 2 at-bats against the Falcons on Monday afternoon. She's hitting .238 on the season with 20 hits and 11 RBIs. Good opportunity here for the second baseman to give the Cougars some insurance runs against the number 1 team in the NAC. As the first pitch is a called ball, just a bit high. Two outs here for the Falcons. As Dorn delivers. Just missed by Landon as she fouls that one straight back. Count moves to 1-1. A good take by Landon as the count moves to 2-1. Pitch that was tight inside at her hands. Not much she could have done with it if she did swing at it, so good job taking that. Worked out in her favor as the count moves to 2-1. Nice pitch by Dorn there. Paints the outside corner. Count moves to 2-2. 2 outs for the Falcons. As Dorn gets ready to deliver. Outside pitch called, ball 3. As it counts 3-2 with 2 outs. And the pitch. Landon swings it up the middle. It'll tip off Dorn's glove, and the shortstop tries to pick it up. It's not in time. So that'll be an RBI for Landon. Good job by the second baseman to hustle that play out. And a nice job for the Cougars getting another run on the board, building that insurance so Kate Roberts can get back to the mound with some ease and some comfort in the back of her mind that her offense has her back here. So it'll be a huge win for the Cougars as they're looking to win 3 of their last 5 in this stretch. As Sydney Palaskis-Lauer comes to the plate, the freshman hit into a fielder's choice and grounded out to third earlier in this game. Palaskis-Lauer is third on the team. The .341 batting average as she swings through the first pitch. Count moves to 0-1. Ball 1 against Palaskis-Lauer as Dorn continues to use that rise ball. It's moving well, just a bit high for this ump zone. Runners on first and third for the Cougars. A called strike on Palaskis-Lauer as the count moves to 1-2. Kristen Landon on first, Taylor Kolosowicz on third. As Dorn gets ready to deliver. Palaskis-Lauer fouls that one off, just misses. It's again that rise ball that she's getting the bottom half of it. And 9 times out of 10, that ball is going to go foul in that situation. One-two pitch here from Dorn as Palaskis-Lauer gets a piece of it into shallow right field, but the Falcons make the play. So the Cougars score 1 run on a couple of bunts and a base hit from Landon as they add to their cushion. Cougars lead 5-1 over the Falcons, heading to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back.
1 run on 2 hits, 1 error. 2 left on base at the end of 4. Cougars 5, Falcons 1.
Back here in River Forest as the Cougars lead the Falcons 5-1, heading into the bottom of the 5th. Kate Roberts has worked her way through 4 innings of work here from the circle. She's given up just 1 run, none earned on 3 hits.
Falcons catcher number 32, Taylor Kuski.
Through 16 batters faced right now, Taylor Kuski will come to the plate for the Falcons. She reached on an infield error her last at-bat. Roberts delivers the first pitch of the inning. Kuski will put a good swing on it, but Getz is there to easily make the play. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Cougars. As Roberts continues to work with command from the mound.
Second baseman number 11, Crystal Cortez.
Cortez coming to the plate for the Falcons, excuse me. offering a sack bunt her last time out. Cortez fouls that one off down the left field line to start as the count will move to 0-1 for Kate Roberts. Cortez hitting .274 on the season. She's got 20 hits and 73 at-bats, 15 RBIs. Looking to get the Falcon offense going today, as they've had just 3 hits through this contest, and she'll put a swing on it. Ground ball up the middle to the shortstop. Balcom is there to easily make the play. So 2 outs through 3 pitches for Kate Roberts and the Cougars. Top of the lineup for the Falcons now, as Molly O'Connell comes to the plate, the left-handed batter. Roberts' first left-handed batter of the day, with a sac fly to center field. So the reason for the Falcons' first run of this contest, lone run so far. As a good pitch from Roberts is a low ball, and the count will begin at 1-0 for O'Connell. O'Connell has a .413 batting average this season, as she ropes that down the line, but Powers is there to make the play. A hot shot from O'Connell, but 3 up, 3 down. Nobody gets around for the Cougars. We'll be right back as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Back here in River Forest for the bottom of the 5th as Sydney Getz comes to the plate and Dorn returns to the mound for the Falcons. Through 1 inning of work, her 2nd inning of the season, she allowed just 1 run and 2 hits, but eventually shut down the Cougar side as a first pitch strike is called on Sydney Getz. Getz singled in the 1st inning for the Cougars and then struck out in her 2nd at bat, looking to get the offense going here in the bottom of the 5th for the Cougars. And the pitch, Getz will swing through it as the count moves to 0-2 quickly for Dorn. Sydney Getz is a .265 hitter on the season with 2 home runs, 19 RBIs, as she sends that one back, but it'll be a foul ball. So a long strike for Dorn as Getz will get back to work in the batter's box. Dorn delivers. Ball on the outside corner. Looked like a curveball from the pitcher. As the count moves to 1-2, with Sydney Getz leading off the inning for the Cougars. As Getz shortens up the stick with the 1-2 count. Pop fly into the infield. Shortstop's running across, and she'll make the play. A nice play by Zazis to have Dorn's back there and take care of the defensive effort there. So a 1 out for the Falcons. And Marita Van Dyke comes to the plate. In both of her at-bats in the beginning, the first half of this game was solid contact into center field. She lined out to center field, then caused an error in center field with a hard hit ball as Dorn throws a first pitch ball to the senior. In the first game against the Falcon, Van Dyke was responsible for 2 of the Cougars' runs. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled off, so the count moves to 1-1 here with 1 out. And the 1-1 pitch is low in the zone. Gets past CUC. As it counts 2-1. As Dorn delivers, Van Dyke gets a good swing on it, but fouls that one back. So the count moves to 2-2 in favor of Dorn. Van Dyke looking to get the Cougar offense started in this bottom half of the inning to continue their push to take a game from the number 1 seed in the NAC currently. Another low pitch in the dirt, so the count moved to 3-2. As Van Dyke's doing a good job at laying off that pitch low in the zone. On deck for the Cougars, Sydney Sterrett. 3-2 pitch. Van Dyke puts a swing on it, ground ball to third, and she'll make the play. Schimberg fielding the ground ball on the run to get 2 outs for the Falcons as Sydney Sterrett comes up to the plate. Sterrett singled through the 5-6 hole, her first at bat, and then grounded out to short. As Sterrett has the second highest batting average on the team, a .352 hitter this season with 32 hits and 91 at-bats. Sterrett fouls off the first pitch she sees as Dorn quickly begins to work the outside corner to the left-handed batter. The lone lefty in this Cougar lineup, and she provides a bit of power, a bit of speed. She fouls off the bunt, so the count moves to 0-2. Dorn looking to get her third strikeout of the season as that pitch is high and inside. Dorn delivers the 1-2 pitch off speed, but Sterrett puts a good swing on it as the Falcon center fielder is in good position to make the play. But a great barrel by Sterrett. So 3 up, 3 down for the Falcons, and we'll head to the top of the 6th right after this. Back here in River Forest, thanks for joining us on the Cougar Sports Network as the Cougars lead the Falcons 5-1 in the top of the 6th. As the Falcons come to the plate and Kate Roberts returns to the mound to continue this gem that she's been pitching over the 2-day span to the Falcons. First pitch is a called strike on Schlegel, the left fielder for the Falcons. Roberts is 4-5 on the season with a .355 ERA, so looking to bump that up to 5 on the season for her win total. Count moves to 1-1 on a low outside pitch to the left-handed batter. Samantha Schlegel hitting .329 for the Falcons through 79 at-bats. The 1-1 pitch is another called strike. As Roberts' pitches continue to move, similarly to how they were moving Monday afternoon, she's picked up literally right where she's left off in this outing. The 1-2 pitch is a ball outside. The count moves to 2-2 here. So the 2-2 pitch from Roberts. Just a bit high on Schlegel, so the count will move to 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on in line to right field. Landon will tip it with her glove. Would have been a great effort by Landon to hang on to that one. So Schlegel will reach first safely as the Falcons have one on with nobody out.
Shortstop number 16, Maddie Zazis.
So Maddie Zazis comes to the batter's box, hitting .372 on the season, ready to face Roberts as she singled to short in her first at-bat of Game 2 against the Cougars. Outside pitch to Zazis for ball 1. As the Cougars beware that Schlegel is on first with speed, already getting a good jump off the pitch. As Roberts delivers the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball in the 5-6 hole. Balkema lays out for it, making the throw across the diamond. Throw will not be in time, but a great effort by Balkema, no less, to keep that ball in the infield and not allow Schlegel to get 2 bases on there. So just one runner in scoring position now as Schlegel's on second, Zazis on first. As the Falcons get ready for Janet Pozazinski, one of their biggest threats in their lineup. And that'll be the end of the day for Kate Roberts in this outing. She's thrown 5 innings. So 5 innings pitched for Roberts, 1 run given up, 5 hits on 21 batters faced. And that will bring Marita Van Dyke to the mound for the Cougars. CUC's most tenured pitcher by far, with 62 innings pitched this season, a 7-2 record, and a 1.58 ERA. So in 13 appearances, she's allowed 51 hits, and opponents are batting just .228 against her. As she'll get loose for her first outing on the mound in quite a bit for the Cougars.
Your attention please, now pitching for the Cougars, number 33, Marita Van Dyke.
So Marita Van Dyke, the senior, will come to the mound. The career wins leader for CUC softball, and face Pozazinski, who's a .381 hitter on the season, has a single already in this game and lined out to center field as well during this contest. So runners on first and second for the Falcons as Van Dyke delivers the first pitch, and that's a called ball. Oh, called strike, excuse me. So Zazis and Schlegel on the base paths for the Falcons. Speed in both runners. And the 0-1 pitch is a called ball. Count moves to 1-1. No outs here for the Cougars. CUC defense is going to have to go to work here as the Falcons are in the heart of their order. A low pitch from Van Dyke as the count moves to 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch from Van Dyke. Swung on as a slow roller to Getz, who will field it and go with the out at 1. So Getz gets the force out at first to get Pozesinski out, and Zazis and Schlegel will move to third and second respectively. So runners in scoring position for the Falcons.
Sarah Rosno.
And 1 out as the center fielder Rosno is up to the plate. She's grounded out in her last 2 at-bats of this game against Roberts. As the first pitch is a called ball in the outside corner. Rosno, a .314 hitter with 18 RBIs on the season. 3rd most in this Falcons lineup. A nice inside pitch from Van Dyke, but it'll be a called ball, so the count moves to 2-0. But not a bad idea from this battery. .2-0 pitch to Rosno. Another ball on the inside corner. As the count moves to 3-0 here in favor of Rosno. Cougars lead 5-1 as the Falcons have runners in scoring position currently with just 1 out on the board. Van Dyke will look to get in the strike column here. But it'll be a call ball 4, so the base is loaded now. Simplifies the defense for the Cougars here, just getting out at any base. They've got some room
15, Emma Schimberg.
to just work for some outs here. As Emma Schimberg comes to the plate, the 3rd baseman for the Falcons. Hitting .356 with 14 RBIs and a chance to add to that. As Van Dyke delivers. First pitch is a low ball. Looked like a nice curveball, that moved down in the zone. Couldn't get Schimberg to chase though. Schimberg hit a single in her last time out, but that Cougar defense was able to get a relay and stop the run from scoring. As Schimberg fouls that one back, and the count moves to 1-1 here with 1 out as the bases are loaded here in the top of the 6th. Bases loaded, wheels on third for the Falcons as Van Dyke delivers. And Schimberg will foul that one back. So another strike for Van Dyke as it counts 1-2. A called ball in the outside corner. 2-2 count here for Schimberg. So she singled to right in her last time out. As Van Dyke looks to deliver, she'll hit a ground ball that'll get past Getz. So 1 run comes across, another one. Relay won't be in time, so that will be a 2 RBI hit for Schimberg. As that one slips past the Cougar defense. And the Falcons cut their deficit in half with 1 swing of the bat. So the Cougars lead 5-3, still have some room to work here, but only 1 out as runners are on first and second now.
Pitcher number 33, Peyton Dorn.
So Peyton Dorn will come to the bat now. It's a called ball on the batter. So in 2 at-bats this season, Dorn has 1 hit and 1 RBI. She'll look to add to that as it counts 1-0 here. Ball in the inside corner. A good pitch from Van Dyke, but not seeming to get that call in the zone. So she'll have to work through that as it counts 2-0 now to Dorn. Dorn looking to help herself out here from the mound. Has another called ball. So the count's 3-0 with runners on first and second. Dorn's first at-bat of the day and just her third of the season. And that'll be ball 4, so the bases are loaded here. As Kuski will come to the plate now. She reached on an infield error her first at-bat in game 2. And then grounded out to third in her next at-bat.
Your attention, please. Running at first base.
Alyssa Vilkowski will go in for Dorn to pinch run.
Vilkowski.
As this is a big opportunity here for the Falcons. Want to have speed on the base paths, make things happen for your offense. As head coach O'Malley Fisher heads out to the mound to meet with her pitcher and her infield. Cougars still have 2 runs to give here, so if they can get a ground out, go where the ball takes you, get the out, get 2 outs, and try to work from there. Don't try to do too much, just get some outs. We've got runs to work with. And the offense still has time to go back to work. They still got two opportunities here. Taylor Kuski, the catcher, is due up. She's hitting .283 on the season, just 6 RBIs, a .391 slugging percentage, so she'll look to be clutch here for the Falcons and her team.
Catcher number 32, Taylor Kuski.
As Van Dyke gets ready to deliver the first pitch to Kuski. A called strike. Van Dyke answering back to a little bit of adversity here. Coming back with a strike after a 4-pitch walk to Dorn. The 0-1 pitch. Line into center field. Shania Phillips, it'll tip off the glove. So 2 coming around. The ball moves back to the fence. Phillips throws it in, and it won't be able to get another runner, but they'll hold the runners in at second and third. So Kuski comes up with the 2 RBI double. A shot into center field, the left center gap. And it's a tie ball game here. The Falcons have put up a 4 spot with 1 out. As Van Dyke will continue to work from the mound with runners in scoring position. So Cortez, the second baseman, is up to bat, and she'll put a swing on the first pitch she sees. Van Dyke looks the runner at third back and will get the force out at 1. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th with runners in scoring position still, and that will bring O'Connell back up for the Falcons.
First baseman, number 14, Molly O'Connell.
O'Connell lined out in her last at-bat, hit a hot shot down the first baseline that Powers was able to stop. And the Cougars will look to get an out like that again here. First pitch to O'Connell. Swung on and back. The lefty got a piece of it, but not all of it. So it'll be 0-1 here for Van Dyke. With 2 solid swings, the Falcons have fought their way back into this game as it's 5-5 in the top of the 6th here. Cougars with runners in scoring position, but 2 outs on the board. As O'Connell puts another swing on it, but will foul it out of the park. So good 0-2 count here for Van Dyke, looking to throw the payoff pitch now and let the offense get back to work for the Cougars. And the 0-2 pitch. Ball outside. Good idea from Kolosowicz there. Try to get the batter to reach. Get her to chase after something she can't put a good swing on. But it's called ball. So the count moves to 1-2 with 2 outs. As Van Dyke gets set to deliver. O'Connell puts another swing on it. A good pitch from Van Dyke there. And the count stays 1-2. O'Connell, arguably the Falcons' leading batter. She puts a swing on it into left center, but Sterrett is there to stop it. So with two big swings, the Falcons tie this ball game back up. Cougars head to the bottom of the sixth, tied 5-5. The offense will look to get back to work, but we'll be right back. Welcome back to River Forest. Thanks for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network, as the Cougars and Falcons are now in a 5-5 stalemate. And the Falcons will put Alyssa Vilkoski on the mound. She has a 5.07 ERA in 8 pitching appearances. That adds up to 19.1 innings of work. The first pitch is fouled off by Casey Powers, who led off the continuation of this game. In Game 1 against the Falcons, Powers saw 3 leadoff opportunities to start off the Cougars half of the inning. So the count's 0-1 here. 1 pitch, 1 strike for Vilkoski. As she delivers, and Powers puts a good swing on it. It'll ground out to third, a choppy ball. But the third baseman, Schimberg, gets a hold of it and will get the first out of the half inning.
Catcher number 4, Taylor Kolosowicz.
As Taylor Kolosowicz comes to the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice bunt. And a single to left field in her first at-bat of this contest. She squares up but pulls back on a called ball 1. Opponents are hitting .301 against Vilkoski this season, but she struck out 11 and walked 5. And the 1-0 pitch to Kolosowicz. It's a called strike on the outside corner, a nice curveball. Broke late, and the count's 1-1. Vilkoski delivers. Kolosowicz grounds it to shortstop, who bobbles it, but she gets a hold of it, makes the play, and that's 2 outs here for the Cougars. So Shania Phillips comes to the plate for the Cougars. Looking to get things going for CUC here. She had a single to the left side in her first at-bat of the day. She swings through the first pitch she sees, so the count's 0-1 here for Vilkoski. And the 0-1 pitch A ball outside. Good movement by Velkoski so far. Phillips gets a hold of it into left center. But Rosno will be there to make the catch, so 3 up, 3 down for the Cougars as the defense will get back to work. Looking to hold off the Falcons in the top of the 7th here and give their offense another opportunity. Don't go away, we'll be right back as we head to the top of the 7th. Back here in River Forest for the top of the 7th inning as the Falcons put up a 4 spot in the top of the 6th. So the Cougars will look to shut this offense down and get back up to bat and try to play the comeback here. So the left fielder, Samantha Schlegel, will lead off the inning for the Falcons, a .329 hitter. Squares up to bunt, but pulls back, and Van Dyke delivers the strike. So a 1-0-1 count here quickly for Van Dyke. As Schlegel hit a line drive through the right side her last time out. And a called ball to Schlegel as she's moving her feet in the batter's box, looking to use her speed as the count moves to 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is low in the zone, so the count will move to 2-1 here. As Schlegel is the back-to-back left-handed batter in this Falcon lineup. The 2-1 pitch from Van Dyke is a called ball. With a .354 on-base percentage, Schlegel is definitely a dynamic piece of the Falcons' offense as she'll look at ball 4 and make her way down the line. So the Falcons got speed on 1 right away as the umpire called that a high pitch from Van Dyke. So Zazis will come to the plate, who is 2 for 3 already on the day. 2 singles up the middle. And her 1 out was a ground out to the shortstop. She'll square up to bunt and lays the bunt down. Picks it up barehanded, makes the play at 1. So a sacrifice bunt from Zazis as Schlegel moves on to second. And we've got 1 out here in the top of the 7th with a runner on 2. Jenna Pozazinski up to the plate, the .381 hitter. And the cleanup hitter for the Falcons with just a single to center fielder earlier in this contest back on Monday. She swings at the first pitch she sees, but will foul it off. So that's a 0-1 count for Van Dyke. Popped out to center field, then singled to center field in this contest. As she's looking to find the grass here and plate Schlegel from second. It's a called ball for Van Dyke. This counts 1-1 here with 1 out. And the 1-1 pitch. A screwball from Van Dyke. Doesn't get the call. but a good pitch no less. Trying to handcuff Pozesinski into hitting something weak off the knob, but she'll hold off. And goes the opposite direction for ball 3. As the ball's just a bit outside. So the count moves to 3-1 here with Schlegel on second base. Schlegel with 22 runs this season as Pozesinski fouls that one out of the park. So another strike for Van Dyke as the count moves to 3-1. Pozesinski is the outright leader in RBIs for the Falcons with 36 on the season. The next closest one to her is 24 as she puts a good swing on it to shortstop, but Balkema will be there to make the play. So 2 outs for the Cougars on defense as Schlegel makes her way to third. So speed on third for the Falcons as the center fielder, Rosno, comes up to the plate. Rosno with 18 RBIs this season and a .314 batting average. With a walk and 2 groundouts this game, the Cougars are looking to do that again as the first pitch is up and away for an 1-0 count. So Schlegel, the runner on third, represents the go-ahead run for the Falcons. As another inside pitch is a called ball for Van Dyke. And head coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher calls the timeout, and we'll head to the mound to talk with her infield. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here in River Forest. Back here at the Cougars softball stadium as the Cougars trying to work out of this 2-out jam with a runner on third. And the Falcons center fielder Rosno's up to the plate, who has the third highest RBI count on the team with 18. Van Dyke behind of a 2-0 count right now with the go-ahead run on third base. As she sets to deliver. And it's a ground ball at third base. Getz is able to make the play, so the Cougars get out of the jam as we head to the bottom of the 7th. And the Cougar offense will look to plate this walk-off run. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Back here in the bottom of the 7th as it's a tie game. And due up for the Cougars is Balkema, Landon, and Palacios Lauer. So just so you want up in this situation as the Cougars will look to walk this one off. Balkema leading off the inning. The Cougars most consistent batter with a 376 average. First pitch of the at-bat is outside as count moves to 1-0. 16 RBIs on the season, a 653 slugging percentage for Balkema. The 1-0 pitch, low and away for ball 2. Vilkoski back for her second inning of this contest with the 5.07 ERA for the Falcons. First strike of the at-bat on the outside corner. Count moves to 2-1 as Vilkoski and her batteries definitely looks like they're trying to keep the ball out of the zone for Balkema, because you know if you lay it over, she'll do something with it. And she does just that as she gets a single up the middle. So a good way to start off this half of the inning for the Cougars. First batter of the inning finds her way on, and that will bring up Kristen Landon to the plate. So the winning run on first for the Cougars as Landon's up to the plate. She singled to the shortstop her last time out, adding a walk and a strikeout to the scoreboard this inning. Cougars might look to bunt in this situation, get Balkema into scoring position, and see what they can do from there with the heart of their order up as Landon does just that. She squares up but fouls off the first one. Balkema was flying off the pitch, already nearly at second base by the time the ball was at Landon's bat. We'll see if Landon will look to square up again. Just want to get the sacrifice bunt down, get the only run you need into scoring position, and that will bring up Pulaskis Lauer and get. So Landon squares up, pulls back. Balkema with the big jump off first base, but the Falcons don't try to pick her off. They hang on to the ball behind the plate. So a 1-1 count here for Landon, and she'll square up early once again. Infield's crashing. Bunt to the third baseman. She looks to second, but goes to first, gets the out at 1. And a good job by Landon executing the sacrifice bunt, exactly what you need in this situation. And that will bring the freshman Sydney Pulaskis Lauer up to the plate with Balkema on second, representing the winning run here for the Cougars against the number 1 team in the NAC, the Concordia, Wisconsin Falcons. A good sack bunt by Landon puts the Cougars in this situation now where Pulaskis Lauer, the 341 hitter as a freshman, is up to the plate. She's got 12 RBIs on the season as Vilkoski delivers the first pitch. It's a ball outside, up and away, and the count is at 1-0. Vilkoski set to deliver the 1-0 pitch, high and outside again, as Balkema's getting a good jump off second base. Got to be wary of the line drive here. The 2-0 pitch. Pulaskis Lauer puts a check swing on it, but it'll go foul as the first strike of the at-bat. So the count's 2-1 here, as Vilkoski is ready to deliver to the Cougars freshman. And the pitch, called strike 2 on the lower half of the outside zone there. So the count's 2-2, 1 out. Balkema represents the winning run on second base. It's a tie score here in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch to Pulaskis Lauer, high for ball 3. Just 1 out here for the Falcons and room to work for the Cougars. As she's set to deliver the 3-2 pitch, Pulaskis Lauer tries to go opposite field, but it's just a bit outside the line, so that'll be a foul ball. And a good job by Pulaskis Lauer to get a swing on it with 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch to Pulaskis Lauer. Pulaskis Lauer bloops it into right field. Balkema is coming to third, but she'll stay there as the ball got just past the right fielder for the Falcons. Pulaski Slower getting excited on first base. So runners on first and third for the Cougars, and Sydney gets up to the plate. Thought for a second as it got past the right fielder that Balkema might try to sneak home on that. But nonetheless, the Falcons recover, hold Balkema at third, and they'll have a mound visit briefly here in the bottom of the 7th. Back here in River Forest as the Falcons make a pitching change, going to number 22, Gina Followell. Arguably their star pitcher of the staff, a 2.04 ERA through 85.2 innings of work this season. She's 9-4. The Cougars saw her Monday in game 1. They saw her for 3 innings. Cougars came up with 2 hits against her and plated 1 run. With her 92 strikeouts on the season, she wasn't able to strike out any Cougars, so an interesting situation here for the Cougars as the Falcons are going to rely on their number 1. Cougars have runners on first and third. Pulaski Slowers on first as Melissa Balkema's on third, representing the winning run here. And senior Sydney Getz is up to the plate. As Followell is set to deliver the first pitch. It's a called strike just on the outer half of the plate. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 pitch. Getz sends it high. It's in foul. And the third baseman comes up with the play. Balkema's running home. The throw is not in time. Balkema tags up. A genius play from the senior. A genius play. She tags up on the foul ball. The third baseman, Schimberg, is dragged into foul territory, and they can't make the play. Balkema scores. Cougars win it 6-5. What a way to walk it off for the Cougars. If you're Getz, you're probably upset with that swing, but Balkema's got your back, and she is running for the hills coming off third base. A great job for the Cougars, a great win. What a way to win it. A huge win for the Cougars as they improve to 9-9 in conference and take down the number 1 seed in the NAC. The magic number for the Cougars now is 2. They've got 4 conference games left. They need to win 2 to clinch an NACC playoff berth. Cougars walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. Can you believe it?